and gamers alike out there, and welcome back for more of Gacha Memories, the visual novel. So, yeah, the visual novel. Don't forget to like, comment, favorite, and subscribe, and tell me, have you ever played Gacha Memories, the visual novel, available on the Google and Apple Store? Onwards towards our next episode, continuing in progress. Hi there, viewers, and hi there for gamers alike out there, and welcome back for more of the Gacha Memories, the visual novel. For this game is rated D for teens, so don't know how the future will hold, because usually most of Japanese anime is rated like anime. For this is like adult theme, which I do not understand, but anyways, we're gonna move on, because I want to enjoy what I do best for those who enjoy Japanese anime and for those who enjoy something else that's non-related Japanese anime, okay? Including those of the Ultimate Arkham universe. So, I am going to take a route that I would like to continue to help out. Taking into account both of the current situation and the concern of those three girls for me, in hindsight, the choice was obvious for me. I've never truly wanted to stay away from this problem, even as a part of me was worried about it interfering in my life, since it is happening on Earth. But exactly why is this happening on Earth? That I have to invest myself on. I didn't save their world just because I thought I was in a cool game, nor from running away. I have been labeled as a hero. It's about time I start acting like it. With that said, after I made my choice, everyone looked at me with resigned expressions, but they still smiled. Ellie even said, "Of course you do that." After that, Looney said that both me and Mitsuko will be staying in her house until we recovered fully from the damage we received on that fight. And after that, she ordered the two of us to pick a room and go to sleep. Yeah, I'll be doing the routes now, so I choose to stay on Looneyverse, and I had to forsake my friends back on Earth and tell them that I'm sick for a few months, or something I had to do for a few months. It still hurts after all. What time is it? I was still in my clothes from yesterday, so my phone was still in my pocket. 9 a.m. Quite early for how tired I was. I'm sorry if you for those are hearing the noise, but there is nothing I can do because my tablet has HDCP, and I cannot record it from a regular HDMI Cloner Box Pro, so I have to do an HDMI Cloner Box Turbo in order to do that. So yeah, especially something like this goes down. I mean, cloner boxes you have to do with microphones are a little something out of the ordinary, and that is something you gonna have to deal with. Next time I'll buy another microphone headset that's something's a bit better, or the same one that's not damaged. Okay, so yeah. But anyway, let's move forward. Looney's bath is much better than mine. Feeling refreshed, I stepped out of the bathroom. Wrapped in a bathrobe I found, carefully moving so as to not hit or move my left arm too much. This is episode 8. Staying on Looneyverse is the name of the episode. Staying on Looneyverse. Some clothes are neatly folded on the bed, including underwear. I touch them with my right hand. The material is quite soft and it looks comfortable. They are casual, but seems easy to move around with them. Smiling, I proceed to head back in the bathroom to change. I feel much better after the rest and the bath, but it is hard to move my arm around without wincing in pain. The bruises I got on the other day are gone, though, which I'm thankful for. I'm about to enter the elevator when a message arrives. Looney is asking us to meet her in her living room. Well, I was doing just that anyway. I look back to the corridor to see a ball of fluff getting out of a room. Mitsuko? Oh, it's the lady fox goddess Mitsuko. Yeah, besides, I love blondes or those who are fox ladies. Or, you know what? Or kitsune, whichever works best. By the way, this game is T for teen, and this is Alliance Teen, not Alliance Youth, okay? When I said Alliance Teen, teenagers only for those who are 13 and up, okay? 13 and up, not under. And boy, this is not very easy for everybody, for those who are YouTube creators. But moving on. How is your back? Really? You overslept by a lot. Your natural healing is super fast, but your back is still sore, it seems. Nowhere near as much as yesterday, of course. I see. I'm glad for that, Mitsuko. You had me really worried yesterday. I let out a sigh of relief. Seeing her taking that blast head on was rather traumatic, and I'm glad she is feeling better now. I was there, Mitsuko. I mean, still I was worried, especially after Looney told us what those attacks do. Yeah, it would take more than a single laser to take you down for good, but you are a strong, young Mitsuko Fox lady. Kitsune. My bad, I should have said Kitsune. Too late. I should have used that, and it didn't work. She now is staring at the purple appendage hanging limply at my side. It's not as bad as it looks, but I still can't move it very well. Well, not without wincing in pain anyway. Putting on shirts is much more troublesome now. The look on her eyes, she is still feeling guilty over it. Mitsuko, I already told you, it's not your fault. If anything, you took far more damage than me by taking it on your back. Well, she got me there, but she doesn't realize I'm a star being, to be honest, because why? I came from the world of Nintendo, and I'm being called Gino, and that is where I was from. But I'm also from this part of the Gachaverse, so the world of Nintendo and Gachaverse. So something tells me, why was I born in part of Gachaverse and the Ultimate Arkham universe anyways? Even with increased powers due being the wielder of the Gacha sword. So my natural regeneration is still the same as a normal human being, even if my endurance is much greater, said Mitsuko. Those were her words, not mine. This is the same argument as yesterday, Mitsuko. I survived a lot of dangerous things during the corruption incident, including including before I came into Gachaverse. Even there was a Gachaverse, I was born in it. But I was not the summoner, if I want to know. Including the 3 girls who are here. 4 if Lilith is around. Isn't that proof that I'm not frail? But for some reason, Mitsuko still shakes her head sadly. What is so concerning about me being a human in relation to them? Mitsuko looks so downcast. I want to confront her somehow. Like what? At that, a single paper tag Ofuda, I believe they are called, appeared in Mitsuko's hand, being held between her middle and index finger. You know, like, she throws that Ofuda on my... Ofuda, sorry. O-F-U-D-A. And Ofuda, I believe it's a Japanese name. Right in my left arm. Before I could ask what she was doing, she flicked it towards me, and as I watched it approach my bruised limb, stuck there and disappeared. I was most certain even a paper touching anywhere there would have hurt. Mitsuko, what did you do? She said, well, actually, I can't feel my limb anymore. It's like the numbness you get from sleeping over your arm, but without the piercing feeling of needles, which I know how that feels. You was more than once called to bless surgeries in the past, and you picked some things up. Awesome. That's quite neat. Thank you, Mitsuko. Right, we don't want to get warped like immediately if we don't hurry to her living room. So we enter the elevator, waiting for comfortable silence for the short travel to the first floor. Now that I think about it, something was bothering me about this whole thing. Looney was visibly shaken up after her analysis, like some terrifying nightmare had become reality. She recovered quickly, but even I could recognize the beginnings of a panic attack. The mood of the living room quickly snuffed out the easygoing atmosphere both me and Mitsuko had. Looney was sitting on the table with her hands on her head. Lilith was there too, trying to comfort her master with a soft shoulder massage. Ellie looked worried and upon spotting me had quickly flew towards me. Well, I'm not 100% either, but things are going smoothly. I will definitely need a new mic, of course, in the near future. But I do have another one, but it's a mic without the headset. She looks really worried, even more so than yesterday. I wonder what really happened. It's less than yesterday at least. I still can't move it though. Mitsuko here decided to numb my arm for the time being though. Which is a good thing. Ellie, what's wrong? Why is Looney like that? So... she was right about... I did mention about that comics... So on that previously comic strip thumbnail that was there, she knew there was a hacker. And guess what? She is right again! Twice! Looney's voice was shaky as she told that. In fact, she seemed absolutely terrified right now. But a hacker? She's saying not those nerds who hack into computers for money or crack in pirate games. The correct term would be a reality hacker. A reality hacker? But don't your abilities work quite like that? Looney shakes her head. She said her abilities allow her to create, modify, and erase things, but that is a very short summary of her abilities. She's saying a reality hacker, on the other hand, cannot create, but they still have the power to modify and erase things, and often forcefully. But they tend to be the annoying little pests at the most, is what she's saying. So she takes a sharp breath, pushing herself against... I'm not gonna say it. Wanting to draw as much comfort from her succubus as she can. Like this, yeah, this part, I mean, doing, you know, for Looney's route is too... I wish I wanted to do it, but I don't think it's not right for me to do that. Of course, I don't mind cutting the parts off, which would be okay, but I'm not gonna... Well, not the whole thing, of course, because it's too complicated. You... When you play Gacha Memories, the visual novel, you'll understand why. It's very... Oh my gosh, it's... Makes me want to cringe. Except one what? You spent the rest of yesterday researching all the data you gathered from the GPS, from the UGPS that you gave me? Okay, now what you're telling me, yeah. Now this is where it has an Arkham feel, very much. Looney is nearly breaking down, and she wanted to deal with it alone, all by herself, as she sent me off to safety? And this is why this has gotten a T rating game, but it's, yeah, like started to have an Arkham feel. After all, why'd I call it the Ultimate Arkham Universe? Things are campy, a slice of comedy, slice of life, slice of drama, action, with romance, and also an Arkham feel. And but that's why you think not everything is going to be with rainbow ponies and unicorns. Other series of Let's Plays are rainbow ponies and unicorns and fun things. Others are campy, between the middle, and others is an Arkham feel and the battlefield. So walking up to her, I take both Looney's hands in mine and look in her eyes. Looney, please calm down. I'm here. Lilith is here. Mitsuko is here. Ellie is here. All of us are strong enough to do the impossible. Please, can you tell me what's wrong? She takes a few deep breaths, trying to contain her fear before letting out a small, bitter laugh. Alright. This is the story of something that happened before your birth? Something that is literally older than both of you and my universe? So, really? Well, there is the creator, which I'm telling you that. I said the creator. Before there was a universe, the creator is there. She's telling us once there existed an infinitude of people like yourself, creators. So a creator. So she's a creator, not okay. I said a letter A, born either from nothingness like her or from parent creators. So they used to be the main ruling caste of existence and were basically the ones who set the rules for their own little universes. They actually had a home. The creators of past never directly lived in their universes like her, but rather they lived amongst their own kind. So legends tell that it was a place of ultimate beauty, incomprehensible to human eyes, and creators of old were like solar systems with their universes rotating around them, displaying each individual creator's own skills at creation. So it's like they created their own universe, so kind of like I did. Like I created my own, the ultimate Arkham universe. Everything of all dimensions and timelines are connected, including those, like the balloon universe, or the candy universe, or or how do I say, the all shapes universe thing. That kind of stuff, if you want to know. I mean, come on, you can name it right off the bat. So those creators weren't the most involved deities. They preferred to mingle amongst themselves than deal with their creations, which they regarded as a work of art most of the time. They were too large to notice the individual struggles of an unfathomable amount of lives that they created. So she said that the unthinkable happened. Oh my goodness. A human sorcerer managed to find his way into the heavenly home of the gods. His name was lost to time, but he wanted more than anything to meet the one responsible for his creation, his one true God, and so he did, landing in front of a surprise creator. Looney's story continues. She said, and so he did meet him, Soul, the one who created the universe where the powerful sorcerer came from. Yeah. However, Soul was arrogant and prideful, and he saw it as a deep insult that a lesser being would dare touch the holy home of the creators. So, yeah. Because of that, this guy, whose name is Soul, is like Zamasu from Dragon Ball Super and Dragon Ball Fighters. Because he's seeing this as an insult by saying having a family seeing a family makes me sick and making me want to throw up, and it disgusts me. He is a monster. Yes, an evil, wicked being monster. So he was so enraged with Soul that he took the orbiting universe in his metamorphical hands and crushed it right in front of the sorcerer, erasing everything and everyone the sorcerer ever held dear. That was the most terrible of all mistakes, and he thinks that Soul was doing with the right thing by crushing it, and because he doesn't care. But he didn't realize that this guy that he held dearly so much actually ticked him off, that he destroyed him. It's like, I'm not gonna be, so I don't care, but wait a minute, you destroy me, I'll destroy you instead. But instead he got destroyed. Like, no, I didn't, why did I do it? I thought that was a good way, so because I just didn't care and I didn't like the way I see. But instead he got the end of the stick and was destroyed. The sorcerer, hurt, betrayed, and enraged by beyond everything else, lashed out with all his power, using every single ounce of skill he possessed that allowed him to meet Soul. S-O-L. Not, I mean, this is kind of a fine way when you say, oh my. After an instant fight, the sorcerer managed to win, and thus stole Soul's power. And because of that prideful man who is by the name, who was the first former name of Soul, he was destroyed because he think it was right, because he was disgusted and destroyed everything, because families are not allowed to be in the home of the creators. In other words, he was being a ridiculous dummy head. His However, because he think he was doing the right thing, he did not realize that his hatred grew from beyond time to time, and that was the most ridiculous mistake he ever made. Looney continues, so his hatred grew beyond compare, thinking all creators to be like Soul. So, to remind himself of his hatred, he took the name of his fallen creator, that's right, Soul, as he was called from now on, began to lead the downfall of the creators. He was the first of the Solarians, and was his followers were called. Maybe I should, stayed on Looneyverse and the and a creator's story. Yeah, stayed on Looneyverse and a creator's story. I said a creator's. Okay. I didn't say the. There is no the. I just said a. I know who the creator is, and we're just going to move on. Okay, so moving on. He was the first of the Solarians, as his followers were called. Infiltrating countless universes, he managed to raise an army of mages with reality hacking powers, and an army that amounted to the same number of stars in Earth's universe. The fight was something so ridiculous that even Looney is having trouble imagining it. So, uncountable lives lost on each side, but somehow Soul's army managed to completely destroy the creator's home, forcing them to flee, although at a cost of over 99% of his army. That is huge! Wow! However, Soul wasn't satisfied there. He and his remaining Solarians went on to hunt and destroy all creators, being them old or newborn, and his power only grew. Yeah, so he is like Zamasu. Yep, he is Zamasu of this game. There you have it. He is Zamasu. The highest and darkest moment of his hunt was when he and his army managed to destroy Genesis, the very first creator. I mean, this is Gachaverse, okay? Someone who could create hundreds of universes and concept with a single wave of his hand. Gone forever by the hatred of a powerful sorcerer. So, yeah. So this sorcerer is Goku Black with the green guy combined into Fusion High, and he is now a reality hacker whose name is Soul. In other words, he is Zamasu without the forbidden eye. Ugh. Oh well, that was all part of Genesis' plan to deal with the single greatest threat to creation. For you see, if creators are killed off permanently, reality will eventually die due to entropy. So, Soul didn't realize this, but it's possible that he also wouldn't care. He just wants to... if he does that, he's not going to exist. So he wants to wipe everything off as a clean slate and by complete nothingness. Genesis' death allowed him to stun Soul, something deemed impossible because of the power he acquired due to having absorbed the powers of billions of creators. The other eldest creators seized the chance, and so was it. That each the oldest and most powerful creators joined together, one for each element, to seal him off forever. He was finally sealed off somewhere where his power would not grow, where his influence would have been null. And so his followers are still a threat, but many of them are relatively weak compared to creators and are in such a few number after the fights with Genesis. She's saying that the few remaining are likely to be hiding. Those are her words, not mine, because I'm reading it from what she is saying. And she said, yet the same could be said about us. Creators will never again be as plentiful as before. We live scattered, hiding, and simply ignorant of our own past and purpose. She said that this tale was so ridiculous she didn't believe it at first, but when by chance she came upon it. That red coffin I saw, that was Soul. How did I end it in 2D flat space? I'll never know. I barely survived, but I'm not sure if I'm going to survive going into 2D flat space again. Uh-huh. That seal must not be broken. Unbelievable. So he's going to try to follow suit by making a creator to gain hatred, follow the same person that was destroyed. So it would continue the cycle. No, that cycle needs to end. So yeah, Zamasu and Injustice Superman, who's the leader of the regime. This has got to stop. He needs to be stopped. She looked at everyone in the room, her gaze is lingering on me, Ellie, and finally Lilith, who was hugging her in an attempt to comfort. I know, this is something serious. From the tale Looney told us, even I am not sure I could defeat him by myself, especially if his powers are way beyond any sense of reason I possess. Doesn't realize if I'm a star being. I had some close calls back in my days. First in Dream Girlfriend, then back in Dragon Ball FighterZ, and now I'm going to have this as well. Well, actually, there was Super Mario RPG Legend of the Seven Stars, then the Arkham games of Batman, and now this. And then I can think of several others I had close calls with. That's right, your friends believe you for those who were with you the whole way. I know an ancient myth got the better of you, but this is because that ancient story what you told us was absolutely correct. We are with you 100% all the way because you got friends. Don't worry, Looney. It's okay to be afraid of something. It helps to be extra careful. On that note, how did you came across this myth if there is so few creators left? Looneyverse being barely larger than this living room? Wow, I did not know that. Looney looked like she was struggling to say something. You know, I always thought Peck from the Ghostbusters would always be so obnoxious and mean. But I never thought the word soul and Peck would be something like an evil occultist. Sorry. I love Ghostbusters. I'm sorry. It's I kind of grew up watching it somehow a little bit. But I did watch the first and the second. Never thought I pegged him as an occultist, by the way. But it was something that the mayor did. It was the mayor all along. Anyway, enough of that. Moving on. Yeah. I see. Yeah, that is Arkham for you. see. The fight left you very stressed. You started researching random numbers in order to control your own luck and that of your own universe? That would be me. That corruption happened a few months. Okay, so that is what happened when you fought back then, and there was a corruption that took 3 months ago because that was during Kirby Superstar. And because of that, even though this is called Gacha Memories of the visual novel, this is the first main story. There was no other prequel story. If there was a prequel, that would be great. Looney then shakes her head. For some reason, it seems she's a bit calmer now. But wow, that was a very intense tale she just told me. There are many parts I wish I had for more detail, but really don't want Looney to relive some traumatic memory. So the room's mood considerably lightened. All of us took a seat in the big table discussing things other than our mission. Whatever it is, whoever it is, I'm sure we can keep this disaster from happening. There is too much at stake to lose or something. She makes a gesture to point herself, whose mood is significantly better than before. Right, Looney. Seems you'll have to do a lot of investigation. Splitting up in teams? For how many for each? Two teams of 2. So you're gonna serve as mission control for use of gaming, if you want to use gaming terms. I see. Gacha Moon is mostly empty, huh? A library on the 4th floor, an arcade in the basement, a duck-head-shaped observatory, and a cinema on the 5th floor with tons of movies from Vinyl City, and a pool on the 2nd floor, and you have a giant garden in the back. Wow, her entire house is a mansion! It's like Bruce Wayne's, like Bruce Wayne Manor, but it's only bigger. I don't know. Were you planning to open a Looney Land or something? Uh-huh. So Looney's room is on the 6th floor. It needs a whole floor because it's not just her place of rest, but also her workshop. Wow, you have everything. I think that's what the Alliance is going to have, something like that for headquarters, since Tony Stark, Iron Man, and Bruce Wayne Batman, as well as others, are going to have the biggest headquarters of the Alliance, and not to mention some of the... Ooh, the wages will be great. Oh my goodness, especially... So it'll be similar to that, like that of Gacha Moon, including Looney's house, I see. No idea how long will the work last, but I'm pretty sure it might just be like the size of the Pillar of Autumn, you know, from Halo. As you can imagine when you drive a Jeep, that is a really long corridor. Wow! So that would be the pillar of that would be the size of the pillar of autumn, which is good. You have quite a big imagination. You really need to control her better. My gosh. You can put fun on that. No, Lilith, I'm not why don't you go to work, please? This is not that kind of game. Yeah, she is. Now I know what it feels like when I talk to Shadow Glitter Lucky and Shadow Strawberry Mew. Of course, they are both now with the Alliance. Of course, there will be another character who was a former Dark Alliance member coming to join the Alliance and to defect the Dark Alliance. And when they go into defect, they join in my group. Of course, who knows, there'll be others who are trying to get to their side. Sweet! Another stay. I wish she could hold back. Yeah, that is the kind that Lilith does. I do, yeah. Which is why I don't want to take that route for Looney, of course, but you gotta go through most of Lilith's talking. And it's I sometimes forgot that she and Looney were together far longer than I was alive. It is heartwarming to see them, though. Uh-huh. With that, Mitsuko walked towards the elevator to go back to her room. Well, I guess it's just us, Ellie. Sure, I need to keep my body in shape after all. Spent the rest of the day hunting monsters out with Ellie. Although we came back early because she insisted that I didn't push myself too far. It was still fun, though. The first day of healing ended quietly after that. I get up from bed and stretch myself. My arm is still numb from the spell Mitsuko used on me, but from what I can see, it's less purple now. So it must be getting at least a little better. Today is just the second day, so that means I will likely have a lot of free time. Makes me feel a little guilty that I can enjoy myself while Looney and Lilith are hard at work. But they are right. We do need the time to better prepare ourselves. I take my phone from the stand to see if anyone sent me a message over the night. My friends from school, Naomi, Cuckoo, Aoi, and Kugari all sent me messages, wishing me well from whatever illness Looney conjured up with. I will miss them, but I'll be seeing them again very soon if we resolve this incident, and this is why I can time travel. Also, as usual, both Looney and Ellie are wishing me a good morning. Both messages arriving just a few minutes ago. In any case, I better get myself ready for the day. I'm rather hungry after all. Good morning, Ellie. I said it smiling. It's just her here in the living room. She is munching on some chocolate cake. That looks good. Is there any left? Alright then. I walked over to the kitchen and saw a huge futuristic looking fridge. I hesitated a little, but Looney said it's okay. It's full to the brim here. Yeah, she can make food appear out of thin air too. Like, wow, I wish for chocolate cake. Woohoo! So, yeah, wishing for chocolate cake is something I would never thought I'd see. And vanilla bean, which is my favorite though. A vanilla bean cake! Well, I'll be helping myself out then. Creators can create food. Who would have thought? What do you think? Well, duh. So where is everyone? Cake is absolutely delicious. Maybe I should ask Looney to send me some when this is all over? Oh yeah, still recovering from from what she had. Ellie finished eating her cake and flew over to let it on the dishwasher. With that, Ellie departs. Now alone. This cake is good. Well, I don't feel like playing games now. What should I do? Tsuko is sleeping, so I can't bother her. Maybe I should accompany my dear little friend on her walk, or maybe try to help Looney and Lilith in some way. But I think this is a good stopping point from here on out, and don't you worry, we are going to continue to pick up from where we left off, and thanks for watching. And don't forget to like, comment, favorite, and subscribe, and tell me, what do you guys think of Gacha Memories, the visual novel? Do you like it or hate it? Mash that like button and share this video, if you guys love the visual novel games such as this, because this is my this is my very first Let's Play doing a visual novel game such as this. So yeah. This is Leo Wolverine saying and speaking as always as your friendly neighborhood spider cop and your master chief, who takes chances making mistakes and getting messy like peanut butter and chocolate or breakfast for dinner. When the going gets tough, the job gets it done for a breath of fresh air. In Leo's Let's Plays Alliance, this is Alliance Teen. I swallowed air. Godspeed, play safe, and shalom. Remember to fight with honor, love, truth, and justice. And see you guys next time for more of Gacha Memories, the visual novel.